the state of candidate experience is definitely deteriorated in our
Hmm.
data.
Hmm.
So it has been fluctuating well since COVID, which is what the fascinating thing is. One of the indicators that we measure, Jim, is called candidate resentment. It's the
Okay.
percentage of candidates who say they're never going to do anything with an employer again because of what they perceive as a poor experience
Okay.
going through the application process, et cetera. Okay. In 2020, when the pandemic hit, resentment actually plummeted, which is not something we were expecting to see.
Hmm.
Primarily because at that time their employers were constantly communicating with their candidates and their employees because everything was changing all the time during the
Sure.
first year of the pandemic. We didn't know what was going on, blah, blah, blah. Candidates were also more forgiving, even though there were millions of people out of work. So that's what we saw. But then ever since, when recruiting did ramp up again in 2021 and beyond, even with the fluctuations we've seen, resentment as we measure it definitely has been on the climb. It's always been the highest in North America. It still is. And EMEA actually tied it this year. APAC and Latin America are we're on the rise, but still a little bit farther behind. So that and the great experience, the positive, I feel, and the perception of fairness experience has definitely been on the decline. A lot of things that are impacting that we can unpack. I mean, there's been a lot of, you know, it was a candidate market. It's not quite. It just depends on the industry that you're in, and I'm sure you can speak to that better than anybody too. But overall, candidate experiences are on the decline. That's the big picture thing that we found.